Hello everybody and welcome to When the Night Comes. Looks interesting, right? Ooh, cool. Usually I like playing itch.io games all in one sitting, no matter the length of the video. However, this game is released in chapters, so I think that depending on the length of the chapters, we'll play 1 or 2 chapters per video episode. I don't know. I guess that's it. I didn't really look into the story too much. Mostly I was just like, whoa, they look so cool. And I got too excited to not just immediately download this literally a few minutes ago. Hopefully it's good. They're on chapter 8, so we have plenty of content to go through. Rated 18. Yeah, if there's anything that's too much, in my personal opinion, I will cut it out of the video. Is it just me or is this really loud? I'm gonna turn it down just a smidgen. Just because I feel like it's extra loud. Alright. My first name, there you go. Now my surname. I'm not comfortable giving my surname out on the internet. Let's go with Spoolie. I don't know. Yep, that's me, Lainey Spoolie. I'm a she, her, thank you. I'm being phoned. Okay. Sorry, my husband has the worst timing. I was gonna say the timing of something. You have been selected for immediate transfer and are authorized to report to the enforcement headquarters, Lunaris. Please find your travel information and mission documents enclosed. Please read and ensure they are promptly destroyed. This information is highly classified. Upon arrival, you will report to me. Okay. Pause and read it? I don't know. I guess I just won't know what that says. Whatever. I arrive in Lunaris at dusk. I've been traveling for days, and my feet are sore, my eyes tired, and all I can think about is how much I need a damn good night's sleep. I'm a hunter, and I've been called here by the Lieutenant General of Escria to lead an investigation, the matter apparently urgent. There have been a series of particularly violent murders here lately, and they can't seem to put their finger on who or what the culprit is. I was the most skilled general in the previous town I was assigned to, but eagerly welcome the change of scenery. Even if it does involve murder. Murder! Though, as I sink further into the town, the feeling of dread that's washing over me is making me wonder if I made the right choice. Oops. I don't know why I just clicked through that. Okay, sorry. As if I even really had one at all. I wandered aimlessly through the narrow streets, unable to focus on much else other than the thought of a warm meal in a comfy bed. You know what the setting reminds me of so far? And, you know, it's been a really long time since I've seen this anime. D. Grayman, I think it is. I don't know. I don't know what it means. But, I don't know. It just really has reminded me of that so far. And I really, really loved that anime at the time. I wonder if I should rewatch it, but I kind of don't want to ruin my memory of it. Because I really did enjoy it. The only thing that distracts me from such thoughts is the way the sky begins to turn an inky, infinite black. Wisps of mist swirl around my ankles, seeping out from every crack and crevice. Flickers of magic are present within the smoky tendrils, and I can't help but wonder if my mind is playing tricks on me. I turn a sharp corner and see people running, scooping up small children scrambling to get inside. The sound of doors slamming and locking echoes off the crooked stonework. Curtains are drawn, windows close, and then darkness. Although the stars are shining brightly at a glance, the crescent moon hangs low, neither offer much light. It's unsettling, to say the least. A chill rolls down my spine, and I walk faster, sore feet continuing their protest. I like the writing so far. It's actually really, really good. Usually don't find super amazing writing in A, Otome games, and B, Itch.io games, because they're, you know, made by usually one or a few people. And then Otome games are either translated or they don't have to be good. People like them anyways. Sometimes the like badness of them is what makes them good, if that makes any sense. But no, I really like this writing. Like if this was in a book, I wouldn't be protesting. The instincts that have been a part of me since my initiation into the order kick in, and I have a feeling deep in the pit of my stomach that I need to get inside, and fast. I spot a mage-light lantern as I head further down the street. The dull blue flame flickers invitingly in the darkness, drawing me in. Ooh. I push the weathered wooden door open, and the light tinkle of a bell announces my presence. It's empty, only very dimly lit by a few worn-down candles. The walls are lined with curious trinkets, jars of strange-looking ingredients and potions, and an apparently endless collection of dusty old books. It smells faintly of incense, and a little of... is that ozone? Yes, like the way the air smells just before a storm. Like lightning. I hear footsteps and turn to find their owner, and I'm taken aback by the figure that appears from behind a pair of well-placed curtains. Why is he hiding behind curtains? Oh, they're in a doorway, not a window. Duh. Oh, hello there. I was just closing up, but can I help you? Hey, pretty boy. Woo-woo. White eyes burn into me, brighter than the clearest of emeralds. Emeralds? They don't look like emeralds to me. Maybe like, what's it called? It's very light blue. I watched an entire documentary on these stones. Why can't I remember what they're called? Huh. Whatever, they're very pale blue like his eyes. Very pretty. If you know what I'm talking about, please let me know. Please remind me so I'm not just wandering around feeling like I'm just making stuff up. Because I swear I watched a documentary on it. Can I name it? Nope. Oh, I read that. Okay, cool. His aura is distinctly magical, and I'm aware I'm looking at a witch. A powerful one at that. Hello, witchy boy? Said my name there, and I was confused for a second. I was like, wait, how'd you know my name? Probably because, like, 15 minutes ago, I told you. I'm sorry to intrude, but I appear to be a little lost. I'm looking for the tavern. His gaze falls to my weapons, my sash, his cheeks darkening as realization apparently sets in. Oh, are you the new hunter? I smiled delighted. Oh, shit. I smiled delighted by his charming, surprised expression. Is it that obvious? He returns my smile, and I can't help but feel welcome, strangely at home. It's very lovely to meet you. Hello, lonely to meet you. It's very lovely to meet you. The town has been alight with gossip about this week. Oh, about you this week. Oh, gosh, can you read? No. Hi, my name is Jared, I'm 19, never fucking learned how to read. Oh, my name is Ezra, by the way. Oh, you look like an Ezra. Like, is there a more fitting name for this person? Wow, awesome. I'm Lainey. It's nice to meet you, Ezra. Well, Lainey, did anyone happen to tell you not to wander the streets when darkness falls? As capable a hunter as I'm sure you are, it's not advised, especially these days. I shake my head, still a little out of sorts from the long journey. Then, much to my embarrassment, my stomach decides to grumble loudly, causing Ezra to throw me a curious look. How rude of me! You must be starving. Take a seat in the back room and I'll quickly fix you something up. I can't get over that stone. What is it called again? I want to know. You really don't have to do that. I'd better be on my way. You'll do no such thing. It's too dangerous out there. Please. I insist. It's no trouble, really. I need water. I can hardly refuse when he's looking at me like that. Like what? He's just looking at you. I nod and follow him. Is that him? Does he have a picture of himself on the wall? It's kind of funny. But if somebody else puts a picture of you on your wall, I guess it's fine. But putting your pictures of yourself is kind of odd. You know what I mean? I nod and follow him as he parts the curtains from which he appeared, revealing a cozy living space. There's a small kitchenette with a crooked dining table, and nestled in the corner is a tattered but comfy-looking sofa. Ezra fills an old kettle and pops it on the stove, igniting the stubborn burner, before he turns and offers me a smile. I'm just gonna pop upstairs and get you some blankets. I really do insist that you stay until morning. You must be exhausted, and the tavern is across town. I'd hate to send you out into the darkness, knowing... He pauses, stopping himself. Knowing what? Just wait here, and please make yourself comfortable. I can think of nothing worse than walking across the street right now, let alone across town. Okay, thank you, Ezra. He disappears up a narrow staircase. My curiosity instantly gets the better of me as I start to have a little look around. So I turned the volume down and I just realized. Let's turn it back up to what I usually have it at, because the opening music, I don't know what you would call that. It is way louder than this, and this is a nice sound. I hope you can hear it. It still seems a little bit low, but whatever. He disappears up a narrow staircase, and my curiosity instantly gets the better of me as I start to have a little look around. I definitely read that. Whatever. A solitary candle burns upon the countertop, colorful little lights hanging from various pictures and shelves. It's utterly enchanting, just like its owner. Oh, so I'm not the only one. Oh wait, this is me? Question mark? That's weird. The shop is obviously well loved, an abundance of personal belongings littering various shelves and nooks. I eye a tiny dish that's overflowing with brightly colored jewelry, and beside it is a pile of crumpled parchment. Some of the pages are covered in an elegant looping script, and others are filled with lovingly rendered portraits, mostly of Ezra himself. Oh, so he must live with somebody, right? I tentatively reach for one of the sketches at the top of the pile, but a loud creak startles me. I turn, always on edge as I've been taught to be, my fingers edging towards my weapon, the hairs on the back of my neck standing to attention. I want to rip my goddamn tongue into my fucking mouth. Fucking, you work, please. My retainers feel extra foreign today, because of course they do. There's a creature nearby. That's when I see them. A pair of glowing, fierce, golden eyes peeking up at me from a previously hidden hatch in the floorboards, before I can even think about defending myself. What do you mean? You already had your hand on your weapon. Chest stares. Oh, he looks aggressive. Hey, boo. I am pinned to the wall by a firm, cold, and inherently not human arm. Yet he looks like a vampire. Who the hell are you? Where's Ezra? A growl rumbles deep in his chest, lips curled into a snarl, affording me a view of a set of sharp, white fangs. If I hadn't already clocked his deathly pallor, there'd be no second guessing what kind of creature I'm dealing with here. Vampire. I know I'd already been I'd already be quite dead if that's what he truly wanted, and I feel nothing from him other than an overwhelming desire to protect something or someone. Obviously, he's like, where's Ezra? Where's my boo? He's probably the one who drew all these pictures. His aura is panicked but unthreatening, so I decide to relax against his hold. I cautiously raise my hand in surrender in the hopes that he'll stand down. I do not condone harming creatures who do not wish to harm me. That's very nice of you. Plus, I've met a few reasonable vampires in my time. A few. He retreats a little, enough for me to gather my composure. Tell him Ezra's safe. Ask him who he is. Ezra's safe. Ezra's fine, I swear it. Those bright, disarming eyes burn into my own, a chill skittering over my skin. He looks like he's searching for something, dark brows twitching as he studies my face. Cool tats, bruh. Cool. Something that looks a lot like relief crosses his features. I can't help but wonder what a vampire is doing sneaking into Ezra's home at this hour. Obviously he didn't sneak into it, he was already in it. He was downstairs, sleeping. It just turned nighttime. He woke up because he's a vampire. Nah, whatever. If you're playing tricks on me, I'll have your head. Understand? I nod once, my hand still raised where he can see I mean him no harm. I'm not lying, he's safe. He's upstairs. He takes a step back, but he still doesn't seem to trust me if the way he's looking at me is anything to go by. The sound of the kettle whistling as it comes to a boil distracts him, and he visibly relaxes. His gaze quickly darts to the staircase, then back to me. He steps back, the candlelight illuminating his angular face, all sharp lines and hair as black as the night. Purty hair. His otherworldly, obviously attractive... Oh, I thought it said his. He is otherworldly, obviously attractive, and his left arm is missing from the shoulder down. Oh, those aren't tats. Whoops. Whoopsie doodle, Shiro. It was a joke. Okay, firstly, it was a joke. I'm sorry. It's not a bad joke. I'm sorry. In its place is an advanced-looking prosthetic flowing with what looks like incredibly advanced magic. That's cool, though. He catches me looking and quirks a dark, scarred eyebrow. Meh. Like what you see? Sorry, it's not for sale. Oh, his arm? Or his whole self? Ezra appears from upstairs, his eyes wide as he surveys the sight before him. Finn, what are you doing here? Finn. Unlike Ezra, I don't think Finn suits him extraordinarily well. They meet each other halfway, the vampire reaching for him. Iron fingers tenderly curl around Ezra's forearm, his prosthetic glowing brightly as if it's responding to the touch. To Ezra. I feel a little like I'm intruding by watching this exchange, but I can't seem to bring myself to look away. I sensed that you felt uneasy. I came immediately. Are you okay? Ezra smiles, covering Finn's hand with his own, the intricate patterns etched into the dark iron flickering in kind. I'm fine. I was very briefly startled by the appearance of our new friend here. Why were you startled? I don't know. He didn't seem startled when he came to the door. Finn's gaze didn't stray far from Ezra, his dark brows drawing together in a deep frown at the mention of me. I see. I'm sorry about that introduction, Hunter. Things are a little on edge lately. Ezra huffs a laugh, shaking his head almost incredulously. I'm fine, Finn. That reassurance seems to make the tension melt from Finn's broad shoulders. Sorry, Lainey. You don't need to be alarmed by Finn. He's an ally. Even if he doesn't give the best first impressions. Finn offers me a genuine smile, but he looks guilty. I catch Ezra eyeing me warily, clearly sensing my apprehension to the unusual situation unfolding before my eyes. I like their expression changes. Like, they're not super extravagant, but like, just a little bit in the eyes and the mouth. It's very nice. Very nice. Finn's whole demeanor changed the second he laid eyes on Ezra, and I feel any final traces of fear melting away as he steps forward and offers me his hand. The smile that crosses his lips is mischievous and cold. Cold fingers grip my own in a firm handshake. It's truly a pleasure, Lainey. I need to remember to drink more water, damn it. His eyes brush over me like a caress, pupils widening, dilating. I feel myself swaying, leaning towards him almost unconsciously. There's a soft whisper of muffled thoughts echoing in my mind, and I can't quite tell if they belong to me or him. It's soothing, and I suddenly feel at ease around him. Whatever he's doing, granting me the foresight to see that he most certainly is harmless. Something tells me Something tells me he now sees I'm harmless too. Kenny, was that you? She's laying in here with me. Oh, Finnegan. His name is Finnegan. It's not just Finn, it's Finnegan. Finnegan! Stop that. It's not polite. Finn closes his eyes briefly, breaking whatever connection he's created with me. I've heard of vampires enthralling their victims before a kill, but that felt unquestionably innocent. Like he wanted to show me he can be trusted. Still weird. Just gonna say that. Still weird. He exchanges an almost sheepish, knowing glance with Ezra, and I quickly feel my mind clearing itself. I'm just checking. He looks at me, and as our eyes lock, I nod once, appreciating that he cared enough to put me at ease. Huh. I hope he didn't hear anything untoward in there. Anyway, Ezra fusses with a kettle, pouring me a cup of fragrant tea and offering it to me on a pretty floral saucer. Here, this will help you get a good night's sleep. Oh, he's trying to drug me. Shit, run. I take the cup with a nod, both of them staring intently as I take a small sip. It's good, refreshing, and exactly what I need. So, Lainey, are you looking forward to becoming part of this ouch! Ezra elbows him in the ribs, throwing him a stern warning glance, and the vampire flinches. Lovely town. Do you have any idea what you've gotten yourself into? Is it really that bad? I like adventures. Adventures! I'm used to a little adventure. Truly hope I can help. Ezra looks defeated, but strangely optimistic. I hope my words sound honest, because I really have little choice. I have to help. It's my job. My duty. She said duty. We said duty? I said duty? Who said duty? Who is this person? Also, something funny I just want to point out real quick. I've been accidentally referring to myself in the multiple since starting playing YouTube or games for YouTube regularly. It's just really funny. It makes sense why, because, let's go over here. Hey, what does this do? That didn't make any sense to the point I'm trying to make. I'm sorry. No, but you get it, right? I hope so. Whatever. Well, you certainly seem capable enough. Finn grimaces, exchanging a strange look with Ezra, and I feel like they're not telling me something. My clan and I are at your disposal, should you require any assistance. Listen, I feel like they should just already say what's going on, because it's kind of like, I'm here to help, but you're not going to tell me what's happening? Like, how does that make any sense for anybody? That doesn't help the situation. That just makes it more difficult, and you're gonna get me killed. Us killed? Her killed. Somebody's gonna be murdered, and it's gonna wreck. Boop. I offer them both a smile, finishing up my tea. Ezra hurries to take the empty cup from me and sets it upon the table. He places his hand upon Finn's arm, the intricate patterns that are etched into the iron flickering with the contact once again. Finn, Lainey needs to rest. Maybe you should... Finn nods and Ezra follows him as he heads for the hatch. They embrace and Finn whispers something into Ezra's ear, the witch smiling brightly as he pulls away. Aw, they're cute. Are they a couple? Aw, that'd be super cute. Finn's warm golden gaze locks with my own and he smiles softly. Take care, Lainey. If you ever need anything, just scream and I'll come running. That is creepy, but okay. He winks and my traitorous cheeks warm at the sight of it. He notices and laughs quietly, a deep, comforting rasp that I could almost certainly get used to. Awkward. It was nice to meet you, Finn. Their fingers brush as Finn gracefully lowers himself into the hatch, and Ezra stares almost longingly into the darkness until the door slams shut. He turns, clearing his throat as he retrieves a tin of biscuits from a cupboard, offering them to me and waiting expectantly until I take a bite. Listen, please don't let our apprehension worry you. I'm sure you're more than capable of getting to the bottom of these murders, Lainey. It's just not safe out there, not even for someone like you. Some are saying the town has been cursed, but I sense something else. Something bigger. Even though we've only just met, I trust him without question. Within moments of my arrival, I could tell something about this town is off, and I intend to get to the bottom of this mess. We've lost people, good people, and the investigation seems to have halted. We don't know what more we can do. He quickly gathers himself, forcing a laugh to break the somber mood. Oh dear, look at me getting all emotional when you're probably absolutely desperate to get some sleep. As much as I hate to admit it, I am, and I stifle a yawn as Ezra turns to fuss with some blankets. I suddenly remember just how fatigued I am, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to settling upon the teeny sofa. That was a lot of words. Thank you for letting me stay, Ezra. I'll be out of your hair come morning. Really, it's no problem at all. I wouldn't dream of letting you wander the streets at this hour, especially after that journey. I'll see you in the morning. If you need anything, just shout. He heads upstairs, and I eagerly remove my boots, the relief instant. I settle against soft cushions, pulling the blanket up to my chin. Despite the abundance of questions that currently flood my mind, I swiftly fall asleep. In the morning, I join Ezra in the shop as I prepare to leave, waiting patiently while he deals with what sounds like a particularly difficult customer. I eavesdrop while surveying the various interesting books that line the walls, most of them in a language I most definitely don't understand. This shop is really cute though, I just want to point it out. It is freaking adorable. I have my mouse so you can't see it, but these, this gems, I guess, on the... Ooh, what is it called? Like an apothecary drawer set. I'm pretty sure there's a certain name for it. Those are especially pretty. Like, for some reason, my eye is just really drawn to them. Read that. There's a strange energy in the air, and my senses tell me that Ezra's visitor is also of magical origin. Oh, his hair, like, fades the opposite direction. Usually, if you're getting grays, it's more prominent at the top, less prominent at the bottom. Guess this is magically reversed. It's probably not old enough to have grays. Sorry. I mean, look at his face. 0 wrinkles. But he does look like a hard ass. You really can't just drop by like this and expect me to have what you need right away. These things take time. Ugh, Ezra is so pretty. That's always your excuse. I just think you don't want me to have it. Look at him. He's so angry. Why are you magicking? Stop magicking. It's fucking rude. I don't know. Still afraid I'll best you, child? Ezra sighs, apparently not willing to argue, or maybe knowing he'll lose. The tall figure he's bickering with turns to look at me, and I'm caught off guard by piercing sky-blue eyes. They scowl, their lips pursed Okay, his eyes look more green here. Maybe because he's farther away? I don't know. They scowl, their lips pursed as they turn on a towering heel, waving at Ezra dismissively over their shoulder. Hello? He looks so sassy. They steal their gaze, staring me down, studying me from head to toe. I register the violet sash that adorns their torso and exchange a quick glance with Ezra. He looks apologetic as he emerges from behind the counter to join us. An enforcer, then. One who apparently doesn't feel that it's necessary to wear the standard uniform. His eyes are very pretty, though. Or their eyes? Sorry. They have a commanding presence about them, and I can't help but wonder what rank they hold. So you're my new subordinate. Interesting. Gus. 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 August? So this is the infamous Major General Wilhelm that I've been assigned to? They're a prolific figure in the community, known for being responsible for one of the best hunters Eskria has to offer. It will be a true honor to serve under them. Though the way Ezra says their name carries a warning, and August scowls at him, briefly turning their attention back to me. I notice how tired they look, their eyes heavy, skin pale, and they almost sway where they stand. Apparently Ezra notices too, a flash of concern crossing his features as he quickly rushes to gather some ingredients from a locked cabinet. Oh my god, I'm dying. I'm fucking so hot here. What's the weather like?
Here's the forecast for today.
It's 107 out right now, and this room is a nightmare. It doesn't have super great insulation, so it's just hot during the summer, cold during the winter. Apparently Ezra knows. Oh, I read this. I get the feeling this is a regular occurrence. It's a pleasure, Enforcer Wilhelm. Yes, I know who you are. Your arrival has caused quite a stir, and more than a little paperwork. They glance over at Ezra, watching as he breaks off a few sprigs from a neatly wrapped bundle of herbs, popping them into a glass vial. Their foot taps impatiently on the floor, exasperated coughing falling from their lips as they turn to look at me once again, eyes rolling. Why? He's like doing his... what? So tell me, Hunter Spoolie. That's so funny. Hunter Spoolie. Oh, I'm so glad that the first thing my brain thought of was a spoolie. Are you ready to partake in one of the most baffling missions I've come across? Hunter Spoolie. Yes, General. Yes, of course, General. I'm looking forward to working with you. They quirk a perfectly sculpted brow, lips pursed in contemplation. It's just an eyebrow compilation on his forehead. Or their forehead. Jeez. I don't suffer fools, and I don't tolerate tardiness. If you're capable, we'll get along just fine. Their unrelenting gaze burns into my own, and I swallow thickly, offering them a genuine smile as I can muster under such scrutiny. My tongue keeps trying to form the wrong shape to say words. I think everything will work out. This won't be as effective, but it'll do the job for now. As August eagerly reaches for the vial clutched in Ezra's palm, Ezra pulls away, fixing them with a worried gaze. Please, Gus, stop doing this to yourself. They're pushing you too far, and you know it. You're better than this. Ezra surrenders the vial, and the viscous violet liquid glows dully as August takes it with a trembling hand. Now we both know that's not true. Ezra's hand covers theirs, and he squeezes once before pulling away, his eyes sad. There's always a choice. Remember that. What is happening? August seems lost for words, but manages to maintain their carefully crafted annoyance. They reach for the door with yet another roll of their eyes, pausing briefly to catch my gaze. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't be late. We stand outside the shop, the sky bright, but the town somehow feeling inherently gloomy. If you ever need anything, you know where to find me. Please don't hesitate to stop by. I smile, so incredibly grateful that I stumble across Ezra. What? Oh, that you stumbled across it. Okay, I see. Like last night. I thought she was saying that she was so grateful of everything he's done so far that she tripped on him just now. I was like, what? How does that make any sense? You won't get rid of me if you say that. Oh, I wouldn't mind. Aw, what a cutie. His smile softens, eyes shining. I mean it though, any time. Be careful. Thank you, Ezra. I bid him farewell, reluctantly leaving the warmth and safety of the shop behind. I follow the rickety old street signs that point me toward the tavern, a place I'll be calling home for the foreseeable future. The tavern is bustling, full to the brim with red-faced patrons and tables littered with empty tankards. It's only 9:30 in the morning, but clearly this town likes to drown their sorrows, even if the sun has barely risen. Are these cracks in the wall, or is it a shadow of like a tree or something? I can't tell. It looks cool either way, but I really like this. Could it be that these are... I don't know, they don't seem hand-drawn. Maybe partially because this texture. I don't think that you can get that. This texture on the left side. I don't think you can get that digitally. It looks really good. Either way, I really do like Bart so much. I'm so glad that I found this game. I push my way to the bar, and the scowling barmaid rolls her eyes at me as I politely raise my hand to get her attention. What? I have a room here? Could I check in, please? The barmaid rolls her eyes again and ducks beneath the bar, reappearing within a few seconds. Room isn't ready until 2. You'll have to get a drink or something. That's annoying, because we were supposed to be here last night. I muster a polite, forced smile, turning to find a table, but I find myself face to face with a striking, scowling woman who appears to be blocking me entirely on purpose. Why are you blocking me, lady? She seems really tall. I like tall girls. So this is the famous Hunter Spoolie that's been taking my place, then. Oh. Shit. Whoopsie. Dark blue eyes look me up and down, and she scoffs loudly. Those are supposed to be blue? They look brown to me. You don't look like anything special to me. Come to gloat, have you? Rub it in my face. Nice to meet you? It's nice to meet you? I'm Lainey. She looks taken aback, clearly not expecting me to be polite. She straightens up, her features softening, kind of. Yeah, the best thing to do when somebody is being a jerk is to just be as nice as possible to make them feel like a jerk. Because sometimes people don't realize it when they're being absolute jerkwads. But point it out with kindness is, in my opinion, a good way to handle it. I know who you are. I'm Piper. Piper Merman. Merryman? Merryman. Merman. Sorry. Merryman. Piper. That's pretty. Sorry, I was the general, leading the murder investigation until you came along. I had no idea. I just go where I'm ordered. You of all people must know we don't have much of a choice. Her gaze drops to her hands, and she picks a non-existent piece of lint on her trousers. Yes, well, I do know that, I suppose. So I've really been called here to take Piper Merriman's place. She's a legend, having racked up more kills than some of the most seasoned hunters, and all of the tender age of 24. I feel terrible. I wasn't told I'd be replacing anyone, and her anger suddenly seems pretty justified. I'd be devastated if I was demoted. We work so hard, putting our lives on the line, and all the while the majority of the enforcers sit safely behind their desks, holding our fate in hands that aren't stained with blood. Oh, so pretty. I thought it was the lighting on her face, but no, it's just her skin. It's very pretty. Piper makes a vague gesture at the barmaid, and she's swiftly handed a glass of warm amber liquid that she delicately cradles in her palm. She steps closer, her breath sweet with the smell of rum, eyes narrowed. We could always work together. I get the feeling I'll need the help. She continues to look annoyed, but I can tell more vulnerable emotion lingers beneath this seemingly rock-hard exterior. She swirls the rum around, watching the gentle slosh as it coats the sides of the glass. Yes, well, that's what I get for being utterly shit at my job, isn't it? She scoffs a laugh, but the smile that curls at her ruby lips doesn't reach her eyes. I guess I can see the blue now. A little bit. In the highlights, I guess. Shrug. Anyway, I'm sure you see... Oh, he has water. Anyway, I'm sure I'll see you in the field. I'm not totally useless, apparently. They just have me doing the shit jobs like cleaning out Fae nests, stuff that doesn't actually matter. What a waste. Enforcers, eh? What a bunch of pencil-pushing wankers. I stay silent, sensing that she might need someone to vent to. I've been there. Our job can be hard, not just on our bodies. I can see I'm boring you. I'll just be over there, continuing to drown my sorrows until Wilhelm summons me. What an arsehole. I huff a laugh, covering my mouth with my hand in a poor attempt to stifle the noise, and she seems briefly amused by my reaction. She offers me a thoughtful glance, but sighs loudly. Don't take any shit from them, okay? Come and see me if they bother you. I'm not afraid to stick my boot up their arse. Again. Anyway, I'll see you around. No, I want to hang out with you more. She doesn't wait for me to respond. With a flick of chestnut hair, she's gone. I spot her disappearing into the heavy crowd that's mulling about in the center of the tavern. A crowd that's apparently pretty bloody angry about something. I hear yelling, and I decide to investigate. Might as well get stuck in, right? I push my way into the crowd, and what I find both baffles and amuses me. I burped, excuse me. A lichen sat smack bang in the middle of the tavern, arms folded across his chest defiantly. He has a smirk plastered across his scarred lips, ears twitching dismissively as a small crowd of pissed-off townsfolk hoot and holler at him. Get out of here, you furry scum. Get out of here, you furry scum. Bald man! Saitama, what are you doing here? This is not your scene. This is not your anime. Nerd, you go. Out. Out with you, Saitama. Out. Toothy woman. Okay, I don't know any toothy woman anime characters. Your type ain't welcome here. I read that pretty calmly for an exclamation mark. Your type ain't welcome here. The lichen huffs a laugh, grabbing his drink and taking a swig, uncaring maybe, even pretending they aren't there. Well, if he's being poured drink, then he's obviously welcome, but whatever. Honestly, he seems perfectly harmless, but I hold that thought as my eyes drift to his chest where his flimsy torn shirt is spread open. Mark. An enforcer brand. What does that mean? Maybe not quite so harmless then. Does that mean that he got in trouble for something and now he's branded? As far as I'm aware, a creature is only marked if they're on the Enforcement Agency watch list. That's super disturbing. All they're doing is watching this guy, so they fucking burned a mark onto him so they could remember, oh, keep an eye out for this guy. He might, maybe, be doing something naughty. If they're deemed deadly. Oh, I see. Well, he's a lichen. Of course he's fucking deemed deadly. What do you expect? Everybody can be deemed deadly. He spots me, scarlet eyes flashing. Then he's kicking out of the chair in front of him, gesturing for me to sit down. Despite the presence of such a brand, my instincts tell me I'm safe. That he won't hurt me, so I oblige. Get to meet all kinds of cool characters. Sweet. The tavern falls deathly silent as I take a seat, and they slowly begin to disperse. Their eyes stay firmly fixed upon both myself and the lichen as we're finally left alone. He looks cool. The double ears, though, I've never understood. I've never understood somebody who's supposed to be, like, part animal, I guess, wearing or having a second set of ears. Isn't that odd? Is it just me, or do you find that extremely odd as well? They're lucky I kept my cool. Wouldn't you say, Hunter? I want to say something about the word hunter, but I think that it will be pretty easy to track me down. If I do. I wouldn't want to piss you off. You seem harmless. I feel like that's... I'll just say this. They are incredibly so. They obviously haven't seen a liking in their true form, have they? He smirks, apparently highly amused. Oh, I'm sure they've seen one or two around these parts. They're just stupid. It's funny. I grin, finding myself shamelessly liking him already. I see. How about you tell me your name, and why you apparently have a death wish? I don't see the brand. Is it peeking out right here? Right next to the right side of his collar, maybe? Boop. He bristles, his tail wrapping around the leg of his chair as he places his now empty tankard upon the table, the noise drawing a gasp from nearly every single patron. What? What noise? Him placing his thing on the table? His tankard on the table? That's weird. Also, I don't like that his tail wraps around the chair. Like, I've never seen an animal do that. Why would a person do that? Like, maybe like a loose circle by accident, but not like actually intentionally wraps it around the chair. Plus, now it's gonna be harder for him to like run away if he wants to. I don't know. I just feel like that was a weird choice, but whatever. I glance over at Piper, who sits in the corner, either oblivious or uncaring. Alcar. That's cool. That's a cool name. Is that made up, I wonder? Did they like find that somewhere, because it's fucking cool either way. It's Alcar, and I don't have a death wish. Today, anyway. Only today? He smiles, folding his arms back across his chest. He leans back in his seat, relaxing, his tension visibly melting away. You don't need to concern yourself with me, Hunter. I stay far away from your kind, from everyone, really. Aw, he cute. Unless they come looking for me, of course. He glances over his shoulder, catching Piper's gaze. She flips him off, and he turns back around to face me, his shoulders shaking with quiet laughter. What's that? What kind of connection these two get? I'm sure you'll grow to despise me in time, just like every other idiot in this stupid town. Oh. Oh my god, he is so cute. Oh my god. The hubby just came here, so if he interrupts us, I'm sorry. I'll cut it out. Let's save real quick, though. It's kind of been a while. Return. He stands, and all the patrons stiffen. It's so quiet you could hear a pin drop, and I'm pretty sure almost everyone has stopped breathing. Alcar rolls his eyes and flashes me a grin. He looms over me, close enough that I can smell the earthy, distinct petrichor? That's a word I've never seen before. I'll have to look it up. The scent of him, strangely pleasing for a man who looks like he hasn't washed in days. What do you mean he looks like he hasn't washed? What about him? Also, isn't that a weird thing to point out? Like, he smells good, but, he looks a bit rancid. If my advice is worth anything to you, then trust me when I say, trust no one. He stares me down, waiting, watching. Even you? He smiles at that, scoffs. Especially me. He's so cute. I want to be your friend, Alcar. Goodbye, Hunter. I watch him leave, feeling everyone's gaze upon me. I compose myself and offer him a smile, as genuine as I can muster after such an odd introduction to this strange little town. I glance at the clock, and it's only 10:30. I have some time to kill. The town is small, very small, and it takes me less than an hour to walk it from end to end. I find myself drawn to the cemetery, the scent of blood thick here. This is the site of the last murder, and I come across a patch of scorched grass. The earth around it is trampled. The remnants of a crumpled gravestone are littered through the perfectly black outline of a body, and I take a deep breath. I crouch down, skimming my fingers over the dead grass. I close my eyes and try to picture it, but it's hard knowing how stark the darkness is here. It's a blur, a mere memory, but I feel terror. They were so scared, utterly alone in their final moments. But something sticks out over all that fear. I'm sorry. I love you. The words hit me hard, my chest aching, and I feel an intense longing. Love. It's powerful, unconditional, so much so that it snatches the breath from my lungs. I take a deep breath and force myself to stand, trying to shake the feeling. I'll find out who killed you. I swear it. I'm startled by the sudden sound of heavy footsteps, my hand hovering over my weapon. I look around frantically, on guard, ready, and then a striking figure appears. Who are you? He's clad in fine clothing, his long hair tied in a neat ponytail, the crown of his head adorned with delicate jewelry. He's smiling. Hello, Hunter. I've really been looking forward to meeting you. I should be unsettled, the pointed teeth and sharp claws indicating he's definitely not human. Okay, I just want to point out really quickly. You can see his hand here. His claws don't look sharp. Where are the sharp claws? Is it on his toes, maybe? It just don't make sense to me, but whatever. Okay, read that right? I think so. Sorry, I was distracted by the gravestones in the background right here. Sorry, moving on. Then the flicker of a tail tells me all I need to know. He's a glamored demon. How is he glamored if it's so obvious? Though I'm finding it hard to be alarmed by his presence. His eyes are a warm chestnut brown, and they sparkle in the dappled sunlight as he gazes at me in wonder. You have? Why not? He doesn't seem dangerous. You've been expecting me? Ah, he does a blushing. Oh, is that a sun? There, underneath his hair? I watch as his cheeks darken, his gaze dropping to the grass. Well, people talk and I listen. I really hope I didn't scare you. I wonder if these are just decorations on his tail or if his tail is pierced, because that's pretty funny. Well, he's certainly not like any other demon I've encountered. He's not trying to kill me, helps. Oh, the not trying to kill me, sorry. You didn't. It's okay. You sure? Kinda used to startling people here. I promise. I've seen scarier. He laughs, his tail flicking. Ugh, it flickers in and out of existence. That's odd. I'm certain you have. I feel no threat from him, and his aura is calm, if not a little skittish. He's hard to read, and that's frustrating, but not necessarily alarming. So, what's your name? The demon exhales sharply, apparently relieved that I'm making conversation rather than contemplating killing him. Yeah, I'd be relieved too. Omen. Interesting. It's Omen. What kind of Omen? What do you mean? His name is Omen. Introduce yourself. What kind of Omen? Oh, ooh, I introduced myself. Yeah. A demon called Omen. Reassuring. I'm Lainey. So, are you okay? I have a quiet laugh, yet again perplexed by the wonderfully weird inhabitants of this town. He's certainly the most polite demon I've ever met. An odd one, offering him a small, genuine smile. I'm fine, thank you. I'm just overwhelmed. This is a strange little town, isn't it? Omen laughs, the sound musical, infectious, causing my own smile to widen. As being polite, it's more than strange. It's a mess. A mess I and many others hope you can fix. Why specifically me? What have I done that makes people think that I can fix this? I grimace. My hands. Why? Why would it be my hands? I grimace, my gaze drifting back down to the place where the last murder victim lay. I sigh, mustering as much confidence as I possibly can. I can do this. I can solve these murders. So, no pressure then. Omen shrugs playfully, his pale cheeks flushed a charming shade of pink as I catch his gaze. No pressure at all. Welcome to Lunaris. Oh, end of chapter 1. Perfect. We'll save over this one. Actually, no. That's a super cute face. We'll keep it to ourselves. It's just such a cute picture. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming out and playing with me. I had a ton of fun, and I'll see y'all next time. Make sure to check out chapter 2. There will be another chapter 2. Make sure you're here. Alright, bye!